Hello folks and welcome back to another vlog on the channel. Now you might notice we're back at the container again, back working on the Escort. Now today we're going to be fitting a new battery to the car because if you watched Wednesday's video you'll know that we got the tappets sorted but we had a terrible battery in the car. So we're going to be swapping that out, but as well as that I've got a splitter here for a Mark III Volkswagen Golf. I've had it for a while now, it cost me about £20 and I want to see if we can try and fit it to the Escort somehow. It's going to make the car even lower than it already is. I don't know if it's going to be practical, but we'll give it a bash and try and shape it to some close shape of the bumper. Let's give it a bash. But first off, I want to get that battery changed, so let's do that. Right, let's go and test if this works. Right, we've got dash lights. Let's start. Yep, battery works. Now here is the splitter that I bought for the Escort. Now you can see that is proper cheap nasty plastic. It's just textured right now, the finish on it is pretty bad like. You can definitely see that it was £20. So it pretty much is two pieces that join together and somehow they join together like that in the middle, and then if you actually line it up to the bumper on the Escort, you can see the corners are well out. Obviously it's much more of a square foot bumper on a Volkswagen Golf, but I don't know if we can just try and reshape that with a heat gun or whatever and pull it out a bit, and then I'll obviously have to cut the sides as well, but we can try something with it. It was £20, we might as well give it a try. So yeah, as you can see, if I lift this up sort of where it goes, it doesn't line up on the corners. So if we could try and reshape that with a heat gun or whatever, then that would be good. And then you can see it's a bit longer at the end of the bumper as well. Sort of sits about there, so it would need cut as well. But for £20, we just might as well give it a go. So I think I need to move the Escort out a bit, try and get it jacked up, and then see if we can get under it and start mucking about with it. Okay, so I've now managed to get the car up on a block of wood and get it jacked up as well. And now we've managed to get a decent amount of height on the driver's side anyway, but I think we might still have enough side on the passenger side. So I'm going to try and get underneath there, get a little screw under through the splitter and onto the bumper, and then we can start lining it up from there. Right, I'm going to be honest, I've been trying to fit that splitter up to the car for quite some time now off camera and it is just not working. It's obviously not meant for the car, I know that, it's made for a Golf, but I thought we might have been able to shape it to some sort of, maybe shape of that bumper, but it's not happening. And I don't really want to make the car look tacky or that, so I've already packaged it back up. It's been sat there for ages anyway, so if anybody wants a Mark III Golf splitter, put in the comments below and I'll give you it. You can have it. But aye, so instead of that, I'm going to get the Escort reversed out the rest of the way, and then I'm going to clean the interior because it needs a wee bit of freshen up. The glass is dirty, the carpets need a wee hoover and stuff, so that's what we're going to do instead. It's a bit nippy with the splitter, but I will find something for the splitter. Now I know you can fit Sierra RS 500 splitters to them, but a Sierra RS 500 splitter will be very expensive, so I don't think that'll be happening anytime soon. So until then, I'll have to find something else. I'll have a look, but let's get on with doing the interior. I need to get Henry the Hoover sorted. Can go there. I also need this bag. This has got my drilling stuff in it. Need that, and these bits for the Hoover as well. It's not too bad inside the car. It just needs a little freshen up, a wee quick Hoover. It's just got a load of dust sitting around it and stuff, and a few crumbs. Right, I'm now going to clean all the trims and stuff, so I'm going to start with the steering wheel and the top of the dash here, and then work my way down. So we'll get done with the steering wheel first. So I can give it all a spray. We did give this a good clean not that long ago, and obviously I've not drove the car, so it shouldn't be dirty, but we'll see if we can get any more dirt off it from the person that had the steering wheel before me. So I'm just using a wee scrub pad on here, a wee microfiber scrub pad. These things are brilliant. But aye, just give us a good clean and then work our way around. Look at that, lovely, lovely jubbly. And that is the interior all freshened up on the Escort. It wasn't too bad obviously, it's just sat around a little bit over the winter. So I gave it a quick little hoover and a wipe down. That steering wheel looks so fresh now. And apart from a little wash on the outside of the car, that is the car pretty much ready for my meet that's actually happening this Sunday, the day that this video is coming out. So aye, by the time this video comes out, the meet will have been, and aye, hopefully it all went well. So yeah, that is it pretty much fresh now. So I'm going to get back inside the container. Now a new day, it's Thursday, it's absolutely beautiful out here, the sun is shining, it makes a change for once, but you might notice the front end of the Vauxhall Nova looks a little bit different now. I've masked it all up because today I'm going to be priming the engine bay, or the inner wings really. It's just the inner wings that need done, but these obviously got a little bit of welding put into them on this side as well, so I've repaired them all, sanded out all the rust in that, and we're going to get some primer on this, so it's ready to be painted whenever the car gets painted. So aye, let's do this. This took me quite a few hours to mask up. This stuff's pretty good. This is from Halfords. It comes in a roll. Where is it? I have it here. It's really good stuff. It comes with a tape on it. You just stick it on. This is really good stuff. And then the rest of it's just bodged up with bed sheets and stuff. But it all works. So aye, let's get some primer mixed up and let's get it onto these inner wings. So yeah, just to give you a wee bit of a closer look into the inner legs, this is what they're like. All masked up pretty well. All the engines masked off and stuff with that papery stuff with the sheeting. Same on this side as well. A wee bit of filler on there, just to smooth out the welds, but it's a tiny bit of filler. So aye, we'll go and get some primer mixed up. So this is the primer we're going to be using on the inner wings on the Nova. This is just some 41 high build primer. It's actually pretty good stuff. I got this for free at college, which was pretty good. So I didn't have to pay for it. And then we've got some U-Pol fast hardening as well. And then if we need to thin it down as well, I've got some standard thinners as well. And the paint cup we're using to mix up today's primer is this, a Tango Ice Blast cup. Don't worry, I'm going to eye up with the hardener and the thinners and stuff, and with the primer, get it to a good ratio and it'll dry out. And I've got my heat gun outside as well to help dry the primer quicker between coats. So aye, it'll be alright. So I'm just going to mix up a decent amount because I want to get a good few coats onto the inner wings to make sure there's plenty on there. And then aye, we'll see how that sands once we're done. But let's get it mixed up. So I'll get back to you once I've mixed it. And even though we're spraying outside, we're still going to be wearing a mask because you want to protect your lungs. So always wear a mask when you're doing stuff like this. Right. Cool. Well, that's already. You can see what it goes on like. But I've got the airline here, I've got the gun here. So we might as well just get some primer on here now. We're going to start off with a light coat just to dust it on so that the next coat has something to stick to. It's a wee bit windy, but we're still going to get a blast. Yeah. It's a wee bit tighter to get on this driving side because we've got loads of cables and stuff and the washer and coolant bottle. Of course the wind picks up as soon as I start spraying, eh? Right, I've now brought out the big guns, the heat gun, and I've put this attachment on it so it's a bit of a wider spread, so it should get over the rest of the inner wing. This is a good shout from my mum. We'll try and melt all the plastic sheeting, but aye. Just get a wee bit of heat. It's pretty warm today actually, it's like 13 degrees, which is warm for Scotland, but this will just give it that extra bit of heat and should hopefully dry out the coats a bit quicker. But I'll dry this out and then we can get on with a third coat. Okay, so for this last coat, what I'm going to do is called a double header, where it's pretty much just putting two coats on at the once. So you put one coat on and then go right back over it just straight after. And that should be plenty of primer on these inner wings. Because I've got a wee bit left in the gun, so we'll just get as much as possible on there. So let's do that. as you can see, that is a nice eggshell finish there on these inner wings. They look so fresh now. So all that's left to do is let that dry out. Right, I'm now going to take the masking off of this now. It's sort of touch dry, so it should be enough to get all the sheeting off so I can get it in the bucket and then get the bonnet down. Right, first bit removed. Alright, and to end off this vlog, I'm back at the Ford Escort, and there's just one little last thing I want to do to this before I take it to my little meet on Sunday. So I'll show you what that is. Now, from the Cannonballs run that we done last year, there is just a few little stone chips on the front bumper, and just a couple wee bits over the car itself. So they're just tiny wee dots, but I want to touch them up. There's like ones like this as well. You obviously don't see them from afar, but up close it annoys me. So I want to touch them up. So all I'm going to be doing with this is touching up with some paint. This is the solvent base coat from when I painted the Escort, so it should be a good match. Obviously it's a tiny dotted paint anyway, so it doesn't really matter about colour match. So we're going to be using that. And then to touch up the actual thing itself, you can use brushes, but what I'm going to be using is a little bit of masking tape. So you want to get a little bit like this, and then you want to sort of roll it up into a triangle. It's tricky to show on camera, but you want to sort of roll it into a wee cone shape like this. You can see it's a cone shape, sort of. And what you have is a nice little point on the end there, and you just get your wee dotted paint and put it into the wee dot chip on the paint. So it's as simple as that. You can use tiny wee in detail brushes, but this is a cheaper option. So yeah, a very simple little job done there on the Escort. Just a few wee touch-ups, it just makes the car look that wee bit better. But it's now the next day and the primer is dried. So before I end this video, I just wanted to show you what the inner arches look like. So it looks so much better now. You can see it's dried out really nice, and it's actually really smooth. There's no metal in there, and you wouldn't really even notice either. But yeah, that looks pretty good. We've obviously got a wee bit of overspray, but those legs will be getting painted red anyway. And then the other side as well looks so fresh, man. Looks so much better. And obviously these bottles cover most of this side anyway, but if we know it's fresh behind there, that's even better. But look at that, much better now, much better. But if you did enjoy this vlog, please make sure to like this video, comment down below and subscribe to the channel if you're new or you're watching my video and you're not subscribed. And I'll see you guys in next week's video. Thank you guys for watching, bye.